I completely understand that people have their own opinions about Twilight and Twilighters, but at the same time, we're not forcing everyone to read the books. People just are. I'm not saying that the Twilight Saga will be remembered as great literature, but I am saying you shouldn't poke fun at us for reading something that we find entertaining. I don't go around making fun of the people who read about little hobbits and their hairy little feet, or about wizards with lightning bolt scars on their foreheads. So just leave the Twilighters of the world to their sparkly vampires and their shirtless werewolves.
In just about every store in every city in the United States, I guarantee you there will be a Twilight display, around which teenage girls will congregate and squeal in high-pitched voices. Don't waste your time on Twilight. Read one of the great science fiction writers like Tolkien, Rowling, Nix, Pierce, Poloni. Read the description of shoes in catalogs rather than Twilight. There's probably a better story on the back of Fruity Pebble Box than in Twilight. Don't let the twi-hards of the world con you into foolishly wasting your time in reading this monstrosity.
Oh my lord, read anybody but Stephenie Meyer. Her characters are flat, they have no dimension, they have no depth. I mean, they're just paper copies of people.
I am offended.
Be offended because Stephenie Meyer can't write.
I actually read the Twilight books. I sat down, I picked up the first one, read all 4 of them in sequential order, and I have to say, Bella is the biggest anti-feminist I have ever met. She's petulant, she's whiny, she is useless, falls into a huge despairing depression when Edward leaves her. She can't do anything by herself. She has to have either her father or Jacob or Edward's family's approval or the Volturi's approval before she'll do anything. She's completely useless. And this is what young girls want to be. They want to be Bella Swan and have a 104-year-old pervert come peeking in their window. Ew.
Wow. Wow. I'm gonna read what Shay says.
Okay.
Bella Swan is anything but a damsel in distress. I personally associate feminism with a dependency on a man for everything. And while Bella may be dependent on Edward in that she wants his love and support, she is not dependent on him in the traditional stereotypical sense, in that she takes his money and is incapable of doing anything on her own.
Okay, Edward is completely jealous of when she hangs out with Jacob. He's jealous that she hangs out with the guys in her school.
What? Who would be jealous of Mike Newton? But wouldn't you be jealous of Jacob too, though, if you left Bella?
He's also 104. He should grow the heck up.
I hate you.
But the only reason she stopped living in her own squalor because Edward left her is because Jacob came around.
They're friends!
She was dependent on Jacob to get her out of her depression.
Okay, that's not love.
Why?
Love? No.
How?
No.
What?
That's not love.
Why?
Edward controls and manipulates Bella emotionally.
He can't control Bella. He can't read her mind.
The way Stephenie Meyer wrote Bella, it's so that every girl can imagine herself being Bella.
They're Bella. Because she says it once at the very beginning of the first book, and then she doesn't describe what she looks like at all after that. It's so any person can imagine themselves being Bella and having Jacob and Edward fight over her.
You're making no sense.
Why am I making no sense? That is a totally valid point there. How is that empowering? Bella, all she wants to do is be a vampire. She gives up going to college. She gives up pretty much her high school career to be a vampire and to be with Edward.
Yeah, okay.
You want someone who is decidedly older and from a different kind of mindset than you are, who sparkles.
That's lame.
And then Twilight came out, so now I think I have to be anti-vampire.
What, are you kidding me? Just because of one series? That's ridiculous.
I'm not crazy. You're crazy for liking Twilight.
Okay, no. I can like Twilight.
No.
Yes, I can. Why not?
He doesn't respect her to make her own choices. He chooses pretty much everything for her.
I think Edward respects Bella. How does he not respect Bella?
He doesn't trust her to make her own decisions after James attacks her, and pretty much tells her then and there that he's going to leave her.
That was harsh.
The person they picked to play Edward, oh my god, biggest creeper of them all.
I'm mad now.
He is so creepy looking. Like, I swear, if you saw him in a dark alley, you would turn and run in the other direction.
Rob Pattinson's ugly.
and can't act.
Him and Kristen Stewart could not act their way out of a box together.
I'm leaving.